So this is an update on PCOS as well as my experience with naturopaths. So if you are interested in that, keep watching. So I've been to two different naturopaths in the last 2 years. I saw a naturopath just here in my city. Just heard from a friend that this person was good, so I went and saw her. She was very good, but she really focused on diet, and that was kind of the main thing that we talked about in the 2 times that I saw her. And so she had me keep a log of all my food, everything that I ate throughout the day for 2 weeks. And in that time, I kind of discovered a lot myself by just keeping the log, so I would definitely recommend it, to keep a log of everything that you eat, either online or if you have an app. I just kept a notebook. I found that the easiest. And then as well, in that same log, so you kind of keep it by day and then by time. And then if you experience any symptoms, write down the time and what kind of symptom you're experiencing. So that can be bloating, headache, upset stomach. For me, it was mostly headaches, as well as just feeling sluggish and tired. So from that, she was really able to kind of help me focus on my nutrition. But with PCOS, I found like I needed more than just kind of diet and exercise routine advice. So I went to another naturopath, and this naturopath, she's 8 hours away, but she does do prescription writing, and she does like blood tests and things like that. So she does a lot more of the medical side of things, which I like, but she treats naturally, so it's kind of the best of both worlds. So I went and saw her, and I actually have a follow-up tomorrow. So after the follow-up, when it's nice and fresh, I am going to kind of vlog after I'm done the conversation with her. So I'm gonna try to do that and add it to this video at the end. So she did testing, and I have it on my phone here. I'll tell you kind of the numbers and the range. And it's interesting, I asked her, I was like on the phone with her for about an hour because we live 8 hours away. And I asked her about some of the tests and why on earth, because I've gone to my OBGYN and got these tests done for insulin, for testosterone, for progesterone, for all those kind of hormonal things. And it's always come back, no, you're normal, you're fine. And she said because there is a range, there is a range of levels that your hormones can be at depending on the person. Normal, they have these numbers that are like a parameter that's normal, but it can still be high or it can still be low of something else, and that can prevent you from getting pregnant, because that's what we're trying to do right now. So I'll kind of read out the numbers, and if you have had tests done and what your experience with hormonal testing is, if you have PCOS or some other condition, let me know. It would be interesting to find that out. So my cortisol levels were 354, and she said those are absolutely a great number, good normal number. My estradiol, which is like estrogen, was 182, and they check a few things with that, and she said my estrogen is a bit low, especially for the time of the month, because she, asked me all the kind of questions of where I was within my cycle. So it was low at the time when, it should have been higher, because I should have been very close to ovulating. And so she said that's low because it depends on what time of the month that you test. So that was interesting to find out. Sorry, I'm on my phone because I could never remember all these numbers. So my progesterone was 0.5, and she said that is low. My my testosterone is within normal parameters for a female, but she said it is high for that time of the month because your progesterone and estrogen should be higher at this point in the month. So it's a good indicator that something's going on there that's not normal. My thyroid is functioning well. So my reverse T3 is 19.3. My free T3 is 3.5. And the parameter is 1.8 to 4.6. So that's a huge range that someone's thyroid can run in. And then there's two. My thyroglobulin is 10. And then my peroxidase is 7.4. So she did explain to me those numbers and what they all meant. But the gist of it is it's fairly normal, and my thyroid isn't underfunctioning. Although she said it could be functioning more optimally. Who knew? Who knew? Okay, and then next is, insulin. So this is the big one. And my insulin is at 104. And that was fasting. So when you get blood tests done, especially for hormones, they really like you to fast. So sometimes I've fasted for these tests and sometimes I haven't. So I wonder, those test results could really change at any point, depending on what you eat, right? So, 104 is not a diabetic, and that is why doctors have never come back to me and said, there's a problem with your insulin levels, because it is within normal parameters and it's not diabetic, but it is high. So that could affect a lot of things, especially within female hormones and ovulating, right? That's crazy, isn't it? I wish I'd gone to medical school. And then my DHEA is totally normal, 3.0. And I think that's it. So those are all the numbers. I'm going to, when I'm done the phone call with her tomorrow, I will update you even more, which is just going to come right after. It's going to seem like no time at all, but it's actually going to be the next day. So the plan going forward is to do metformin, and as well I'm on a ketogenic diet. And for me, I had a horrible reaction to going into ketosis. Apparently it's normal. From what I've read online, it is totally normal, but didn't feel normal. It felt horrible. I was very bloated. I got very sick. I spent like 2 days in bed. I was so irritable. It was just like the worst. So I found it kind of complicated at first to go on a ketogenic diet. So the whole point of going on a ketogenic diet is to put your body into ketosis. So that means that instead of your body processing sugar, it's processing fat. And that is supposed to help you function better. That's supposed to help your body. There's all kinds of good results from that, I guess. So I am just starting to feel normal being on the ketogenic diet. I had a hard time giving up sugar. I love sugar. I had a hard time giving up starches. I love bread. I love potatoes. I love pasta. I'm not a huge pasta eater, actually, but I love all those kinds of things. So I had a horrible reaction to switching the diet. I thought it would be a lot easier for me because I do eat a lot of vegetables and I do eat a lot of meat. Like not a lot of meat, but I eat meat with every meal, that kind of thing. So it wasn't going to be a huge problem to eat higher fat and that kind of thing. But yeah, my body reacted horribly. If you have recently switched to ketogenic diet, I'd love to have you comment down below and tell me about your experience and what maybe helped with that. The nice thing about ketogenic is you don't have to count calories, and if you're hungry, you can eat. So I have found that the cravings for sugar, it took, I guess it's been 12 days, 12 to 15 days of actual ketosis. I think we've been trying for a couple of months here to eat more of the keto diet, but I think now we're just kind of catching on. So yeah, that was my experience with ketogenic diet and working with a naturopath. I would totally recommend anyone who has PCOS to seek second opinions. If you have a great doctor and they're great about explaining things to you and explaining test results to you, that's fantastic. I'm in Canada here, and I find that if it's not a disease, if you're not diabetic, or if you're not completely, your body isn't completely out of whack, that they won't kind of tell you that there's a problem. They won't say, look, it's normal, but it's high for, that period of the month or whatever. So I really am so thankful that I have gone to see a naturopath and that I am continuing to seek medical advice outside of just a regular doctor, because I find that they're not as thorough as this particular doctor, who's a naturopath, but she can write prescriptions and she does blood tests and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I am very pleased with this doctor that we're going to see. I'm going to keep it private just for confidentiality reasons, but yeah, she is wonderful, and I would recommend everyone to go and find good help. And it is worth, if you have to pay a little bit of money, like here in Canada, we're so used to not having to pay for our medical anything, but it is worth it to invest in your health, and I would definitely recommend that to anybody who is dealing with PCOS or something else, to seek other health professionals who are experts in their field. So I am very happy with the results so far. I am starting to feel better doing ketogenic, and yeah, if you have any tips or tricks or anything you'd like to, feel free to comment down below, and well, I'll be right back as I let you know about the results from this next round of tests. So yeah, see you later.